Hi guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I see that there's no one yet in the studio. I'm here. We are having a London session between now and just about quarter past four, 4:30. Let's see how it's gonna go. Gonna be waiting for some news coming from the London session. I hope it's gonna be awesome. Um, for those who are joining us for the first time, welcome, guys. My name is Tebza, and I'm not alone. I'm with a team of guys from Opulence FX, and we are going to be breaking down the market right now on the New York trading session. I hope it's going to be a wonderful time, indeed. So yeah, let's hope for the best. It's always good to look forward to the market and hoping for the best. If you do have got some friends or some fellow traders that you know they could be interested, please you can share a link with them. Thank you so much, those joining us from Facebook, those joining us from YouTube, wherever that you're joining us, whichever platform that you are using to join us, guys, we thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. It's going to be a good time. So it's a very interactive session, guys. We are going to be looking at the market together. And then at the same time, we're also going to be taking some ideas and suggestions from you. If there's any pair that you would like us to look at, we can look at it together. Not a problem. What are you looking at as a trader? What is it that is giving you problem now? What is it that's giving you trouble? What is it that has gotten your account in the red or perhaps in the blue and you'd like to review it? Let us know. And just post your comment. If you like what you see, post your comment there. We would definitely appreciate if there could be some comments or some form of compliments or anything that could just go nicely with us. We'd appreciate. Thank you so much. So we are deep into the New York session. Why do I like the London session? It is because they got me working during the London session. It was a wonderful session. I loved it. Thank you so much, guys, for all the input that you guys have made. Session trading is not just a simple thing. I just want to emphasize that session trading is not necessarily a strategy, at least not from our side. We have got no strategy called New York trading strategy. So the market is the market. It doesn't care what happens. We believe in the price. That price is king. All the four sessions, that we trade in the financial markets contribute to the liquidity and to the price action. So whichever session gives us the price, we will take it. So, but yes, because New York is known for high liquidity and high volatility a lot because of the size of the market, lots of billions of dollars are traded in a single day in the stock market right there, and then perhaps also in the in the currency market. But we are not just exclusive to the instruments and to the stocks that are being traded there. We can also take others. You want to look at the stock indices? Of course, you're welcome. You want to look at the currency pairs there? Welcome. Gold, you are most welcome. So let's look what we have there. So, and then let's just enjoy ourselves right there. So that's where we are now. Right. Where are you? Which one do you like to start with? Let's kickstart. What do you like to do? We have checked the economic calendar. There's going to be news coming through at around 4 o'clock. We're going to be watching the Michigan, I think is the consumer sentiment index. The sentiments of the consumers, they're going to be watching that very closely. So let's zoom in and check. Mr. Indicator, if there's anything that you want to say, you can say hello to the guys before I crunch the charts. If there's anything that you want to say. Okay, administrator, it's still sorting out some administrative things. It's not a problem for me. So guys, let's get to it. What pair do you like us to look at? You can just keep dropping those pairs or those instruments. Which index would like us to consider? I would like us, because we are in a New York session. I know that London session has not come to an end, but they should be winding up right now. So because we are now in the New York session, what would you like us to look at? I know that majority of you guys are trading the Nasdaq. I see that Nasdaq has extremely gotten popular. I was sharing with my traders earlier on that before that used to be there behind me is the Nasdaq Composite. You can see that many traders around the 2018, 2019, they were trading the German DAX. So the majority of them loved the German DAX. It was German DAX all the way, Now today they are seeing NASDAQ. So there's nothing wrong with that. So we're going to be looking at the NASDAQ. Yes, I am going to be looking at the NASDAQ. I'm going to be also looking at some pairs of the dollar base. I'm going to be looking at the euro base. So whichever the market comes from. But let's try to combine this also within the same framework of looking at how the market would be going on other markets. As I say, the London is not like it's closed, it's still on, but as soon as it closes, I think more liquidity will be coming. As far as I understand, correct me, administrator, if I'm not wrong, I think the New York Stock Exchange is going to be opening in about, if I'm not mistaken, in about 8 minutes, either 3:30 our time or 4 o'clock, but they should be ringing the bell right now. When the bell is rung, then you know that we can start buying those stocks, eh? Some guys are looking for some Amazon stocks there. I wonder if traders are really trading stocks, guys. I'm originally an equity trader, by the way. Many people know me for Forex, but I do trade equities. I still do trade them. I look at them. I know where Tesla is going, kind of looking where Amazon is going. So I don't only trade indices. I also look and analyze European stocks. And a little bit of there goes again. Thank you guys. Thank you guys who are already interacting with us. I'm loving it. I can see that they are coming through thick and our comments are coming through. Somebody said, please look at the dollar Swiss. I will definitely start with the big one. It's a highly charged currency pair, that one. If I can just speak it like that myself, because we know this kind of pairs. The dollar Swiss is one of the pairs that got me kind of famous at the GFI. I remember during the Swiss crash there, we made a lot of money right there with my late, may God bless his soul, George. There we were I think we were short USD Swiss franc there. So it was a nice and some guys that are still in the room tonight, we made a lot of money there on the Swiss crash right there. So it was a nice thing. So yes, I'm going to be looking at the dollar Swiss franc. I'm going to be looking at it more on a short-term basis, not a problem, because I think the long-term views are done. So let's start with it. Where do we start? Then we start this. So we're going to be starting the session today with the dollar Swiss. All right, US dollar and the Swiss franc. Please remember the fundamentals behind the two countries. Why? And the correlation thereof. So when you look at the market today and look at how the money is flowing between the two, at the back of our mind, we are looking at back of our mind, we are also checking out let me just check the dollar Swiss. There you go. We're also checking out the correlation. You know, there's a history behind every single pair. Remember that part. There's history and there is and there are fundamentals below at the back of every pair. Wow, this has been such a downtrend. I think you guys are not doubting that. Where do you want to see it goes? We have been breaking this down. Even in the previous last week's I think similar time, it was Friday. Remember, guys, it was on Friday when you looked at this pairs. Apologies that I did not open up that, but I have been looking at this on a short time, on a short-term basis. I've been looking at this with divergence, and there the market has gone. I'm seeing a kind of a nice breakout there. Thank you, Clement, for the choice. What a beautiful choice there. I can look at it from all angles. For now, let me start looking at it from this point. I love markets that move like this because I'm seeing a crown that has formed there, and this neckline remained untested. You know, one is hoping to see the price coming back to this range. Will it come? I think it's highly likely it could be launching. I know most of you are already jumping to say, Coach, but then what about the correlation? You said the gold will go up this morning. We look at that, the market can do whatever it does, but with this breakout, it just broke out right now. You know, I think it could have been right at the opening of the New York. There you go. Wow, what a breakout there. What a breakout. The dollar strength is definitely coming back. You can see. No doubt about it. But I also know that that level also is one of our FIB expansion levels. It is a key level there. It is the 1.6. Let me just show you. We have been trading this pair, by the way, as I said. Thank you, Clement, again for raising it. We know that was wave number 5, and it was it was also the fading level. So the rally faded somewhere there. You can see, voila. Allow me to just slot it in right there. That's the perfect. If that be the perfect, then the price is turning right here then the price is turning right there, okay, at the 100 where the market came the other time. There it is. That's a very nice reversal there. Where is the price led to? Where is it targeting? This is a very nice bounce again, guys. Thank you very much. When I see the market doing this, I definitely had hope that the Swiss will bounce on this one and the euro dollar should or would try to drop. So in this case, we can even try to stretch that, but I think that's going to be too much stretch. Let's just stick with it to this falling wedge in a downtrend kind of a pattern. So that's what we're looking at currently. We're looking at the price that is just bounced from the 100 or which from the B wave when it was rallying to the upside. There it is. And just to position in this return, and it left this point. There's a bit of retesting there that has happened, but the price can go up there. Let's look at structure. If it goes there, how could it go there? That's the question. Clement, watch it closely. It's not an easy thing to be trading these kind of wedges with so many swing points under. So the question is that which swing point are you gonna use? You know, I'm gonna recommend that. I think because it's exhausted and it's breaking out, it could definitely find some form of resistance there. Apologies for that. It could be finding some some form of resistance right at this point here. The first one, the first pivot point. I think it could be finding some resistance there. I think let's settle for that for now. I think it's exhausted because that breakout. I mean, then the scalpers should be running there to just scramble something. But if it can jump up to this point, wow, that would be lovely. If it can jump in there, then we can definitely then expect the price to bounce back to the same point here. Let me just break it down for you. Just watch, guys. Right. That's the first thing. So we could be expecting the price. The price is expected to pause a little bit there, you know, and then retrace. Just go a little down, and then from there. So basically, it looks like this New York session is coming with the dollar strength. What do you think? So the price could be coming back to these levels. Very important that swing traders, these levels are extremely important. You don't just leave a swing point out of your analysis, just that easy. The price could be coming there. If it does break to the upside, the price, if it comes from this point, the price could as well just jump in there, leave this as a market for you to wonder about, and then from there it could be going up. So we choose whichever the price we choose. It's not for me to choose, you know, in such a volatile market. I know some of you could be predicting how far it can go. I will. Right, that's how it is. So we've got 2 points of reversals there. Depending on the momentum, will they keep pumping more, or will they just at least some of the scalpers take away some, or take the profits there and let it go? But what a breakout! I must definitely say, guys, momentum according to this is going to the upside. In this case, when the market starts like this, you are highly likely to have a very nice market on the bullish side. This is what we call sentiment. You know, the sentiment even before the actual news of the consumer sentiment of the US is posted. But we can see that the market, the New York, is opening with some bullish sentiments on the dollar side against the Swiss franc, against the Swissy. Will it hold? I think definitely it looks like there's a lot of juice in that, lot of momentum in that market. I will then go to the shorter time frames and show you how we can now forecast, this price, how it's going to be forecasting to go, and which target can it go up to. So let me leave this one as for H4, and let me go now and break down the smaller time frames, so that I don't want these guys to disturb me. Let me just align them to the H1s. Then from there, we're going straight to the M30s and check what's happening there. What could happen there? Now there's the M30. Right, let me take out these again. These guys should not disturb me. Right, let me just confine them to the same thing. Right. Should have done that before, right? I hope you guys are seeing, okay, this is not me saying it. The market is already saying that there's a lot of now the momentum to the dollar side. I know most of you have been saying, Coach, when is the dollar strength coming back? I've even had some private messages, you know, when people are saying, but when is the dollar coming back to its strength, you know? So I'm going to be showing you right now already what you are witnessing in this session. It's that which you've been waiting for. That's a breakthrough, but it's still a pullback. Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. It's still a pullback, especially the dollar against the Swiss franc. We really are The dollar is under immense pressure. You can see how the price was plummeting to the downside, that they should have returned. They should have blocked these guys to continue to the upside. They never even allowed them to make a shoulder right there. So it's pretty hectic for the dollar now. It's not looking good, but they have done it. So let's look at how far the price can go. Then I'll be looking in terms of the short time frames and check what can I find there. Right. I hope you're still watching it, Clement. Right, let me do like this. So there you go. So I'm going to be zooming in terms of checking where the price is bouncing from. As a swing trader, it's very important to notice and to note, to note where the price is swinging from. So the price is where it is right now because of the bounce from this bottom, from this dip. So this is the price, this is where the buyers, kind of rejected the sellers in a very big way. Since then, the price never came, meaning that it's still currently the lowest low recorded within the intraday basis. Sometimes we can even say in a swing basis, because the market has been coming down for 3 months, if I'm not mistaken, for 4 months. Let me just, it's not too far from me to check. So the market has been crashing right from the, let's check how old is this, is bearish trend. This bearish trend started from April, May, just the beginning of April, to be exactly the 1st. So, oh, the screen is not shared. Sorry, apologies, guys. I'm going on, and I think that you guys can see. I'm gonna start from the beginning. Because I'm watching my screen, I'm not watching television. Right, you guys are watching me on TV, and I'm watching my screen right here. So that's not a problem. Okay, can I start then? Let me rather start. That's not a problem. I was looking at this pair on H4 to start with. I was looking at it. This is dollar Swiss franc. I'm on H4. I wanted to look at it deliberately on H4 and monitor this falling wedge in a downtrend with a bullish divergence of the MACD. MACD, can you give us some divergence? Indicate to us, is there some divergence? And he said, yes, coach, as you always, your wish is my command. The big bullish divergence was found there. That's what our indicators do, our indicators know how to work with us, or we know how to work with our indicators. I expected it. I expected a bullish divergence on H4 and on H1, and there you got it. That's the bullish divergence there. So that's why I'm saying that I've been monitoring this price and hoping that I will get this kind of a divergence, which I got, which now has effected, broke the falling wedge, and now with a beautiful Marubozu. What a breakout. This is classical, very, very classical. Well done. Now keeping the same price, which was a supply zone. This was a supply zone on H4, now cancelled. Now is the demand, and it's going to roll. Trust me, my friend. I think I'm expecting a roller coaster, this one, a rally, a very beautiful one, which is a pullback. It's a rally on M15, M30 of the dollar, but it's going to be a pullback. So there it is. So firstly, I'm expecting the price to cool off from this breakout around the first pivot point, but I think it can still rally to the second pivot point. But this point, yeah, this point was slightly used, This one remains unused. So the price could as well just go to the second resistance. If it goes there, it can still, or it could still fall just back to this guy. Perhaps that's what we could settle for right now. The price going there, anything is possible. We'll be monitoring price action all the way. Could it go up? But I think they would have launched very nicely. So usually these kind of falling wedges, they may also kind of produce very nice patterns that are rounded bottom approach. I don't call this, I know most of you guys or some of you guys will call this head and shoulders. I don't call this a head and shoulder. I call it a rounded bottom pattern. It's bottoming up. The market is bottoming up. So in this case, I'm fine without having to call it a head and shoulder. I don't have to call everything that comes with a head, call it a head and shoulder. This one, we are rounding the bottom. Then the price is going up. Right. So that's how it is. Let me also allocate this to H4 and H1, and that's where we are. That's how the market is now rounding the ups. We should be coming back to this point and then this could be our trend line, and we keep going just like that until we reach. That's how it could look like. Already giving to you guys absolutely free. Thanks for joining us. That's exactly what joining us could give you. It could give you a very nice trade. Nice one. So bullish side, looking at it on H4. I think there's a question right there. Is there a question right there? Yes. They are excited. So we still cannot see the chart. Apologies, guys, that I did not share my chart. Apologies for that. So now I can see that my chart is on the screen myself. Right, let's get to it. So it is a bullish divergence, falling wedge broken. We're expecting some momentum during the same session, and it can even be continuing last week. But don't miss other New York sessions. Let's see if could it be attributed to the lack of trading New York session. This price has been dropping for a long time, since April, May, June, May. It's been 2 months. April full. I even said April Fool, the whole of April and the whole of May, 2 months of a drop of an impulse wave of dropping the price from 0.949 right up to 0.89, 1,000 pips of non-stop dropping of the dollar against the Swiss franc. This is a serious onslaught. 2 months, no break. This is not correction. We have never had a retracement. All that we have is just small pullbacks, which are corrections, and we're waiting to see. This is the first time that the price will doing a pullback. Where could the pullback end? I think it's highly likely that the pullback would end at the 261.8 I've just shared right there, or will it continue? But I think for me, I would be happy with the target up to the 0.91. I would be very happy. Where would you enter? Do you want to know where you would enter? Let's go. Let's check the target. There is the target. So we're breaking down this M15, the scalpers version. There it is. There's still that support. Beautiful support with divergence. So now ask me, coach, where will this price go? Those who have traded with us, please, gentlemen, please traders, follow the rules, take the Fibonacci and just squeeze it up. And there's the target. Perfect. Watch. I was not there when the dollar broke out, but when it was making the bottom, I was there. There it is. That's why the price is now turning right there. Why? Because this is now the cool-off area. There it is at the 261.8 expansion. There is taking a break, and this is equal to the price that I was talking about right now. A small break should be bouncing, but should be bouncing up from there. Don't think that it's going to take a long time. So we're expecting the price just a small 10 there. All right, continue, hit the target. The first target, that's going to be finding right there. We're using this 423, 461.8. Let me give it to you the way it should be. Right, I'm not teaching. I'm just breaking down. Like I said, if you would like to join our educational programs, they are still available. This is not teaching. So I'm not expecting questions that say, how did you do that? I'm expecting only the question to say that what else can we look at? Not how did you do that? So I'm not going to explain how I'm doing that, because once I explain how I do that, then that's the question of now going to our educational program. We do have got intermediate courses happening every Wednesday, 7 o'clock. We will be changing the schedule slightly, but we'll let you know. There, perfect. That's a beautiful touch there. Could come back there. Because of the momentum, the price may not even go back to, but the difference is not that big. Whether it comes there, but it could still use this same pivot point, which is the 200. I know it could be the 200 of the FIB expansion. There's our first target. Let me just put that. There's gonna be how are we gonna be wrapping it up. I think it could still reach there, ladies and gentlemen, while you are still in the session. One will be saying, "Thank you, Clement, for this." There it is. How do these guys get these things, man? It's science, if you can't calculate it, you can't get it right. There it is. Expecting a bounce from there. Usually after the Fibonacci, we go back to there. So in that case, then we're expecting that the next, where are they? That you must join our trading program, you guys. So we're expecting that after the price has reached the fading levels, should be dropping back to the 161.8 levels, and the 161.8 levels of this. Why does it correspond to this guy? Perfect. It's going to be on the 161.8 from 461.8. So again, will it happen now, or is it going to happen Monday? For me, I think the question is going to be, let me leave it like this. I'm not leaving it. So for me, the question becomes, what is going to happen right now? Are you going to be going with it to the neckline? I still don't like the neckline head thing, because like I said, it's a rounded bottom up pattern there. But in this case, it's okay. Let's just leave the semantics outside, coach. I'm okay. Let's leave the semantics out. So I think that during the session, the dollar will keep going the way it started. Definitely, it's on a very nice momentum, and then should be continuing. Let me get this guy there so that I just complete my M30. That's where the breakout happened. So this is the retest. So the price comes there, tests there, continues to the upside. Let's check how many pips. Let me ask for it. You can take it. About 100 pips. 100 pips up for grabs. Stop loss. I wouldn't risk that much. That's how it goes. Yummy, eh? Right, that's how it looks like right now. Yeah, I think it's dusted, right? Can we take it as dusted? So I'm not sure. I've not checked all the charts since the London session. I've not really done much. So I think I will settle for 100 pips. 100 pips to the upside. It's too bright. Just on something on a lighter note. Yeah, there it is. So 100 pips on the light side, nothing to risk. Honestly, there's just nothing there. Would you like to close the market with 100 pips that you've never had today? 36 pips for stop loss. Beautiful, 100 pips to the upside. That's peanuts for me. Thank you very much. I would like to get it when it comes back on the shoulder. I will ride with it for a longer time. There it is. I'm waiting for the price to be coming. I think it should be coming. I will then be using that. There's going to be there. Basically, where this retest is going to be a big demand. I'm just telling you that the ones who are going to make this 100 pips are going to be creating a huge demand, which demand I will take up to there. So in this case, that's a very nice buy. Nice buy. I call it nice buy. That's what you're going to be doing. About 220 pips. That could happen in a day or two. So that's the dollar Swiss franc. Am I overdoing it? I don't think so. You asked for it and I'm giving it as it is so that I don't leave anything unattended. In a messy way, it looks like this. That's how it looks, in a very messy way. Right. That's how it is. Okay, that's how it looks like. I would, yeah. Yes. Right, yeah. That's how it looks. There it is. And from there, I will be buying the C, ABC. Wow, this guy, where does he come from? There it is, perfect. This is going to be the fib zone. I'm going to be buying this fib zone, and I'm going to be going to the 161.8 of the expansion. If it breaks the 161.8, it's going to be a good party. I don't think it will. But anyway, let's not go ahead of our sessions. That's how it is. Thank you, guys. The Marubozu is now pulling back. I think on M5, we should be seeing the stochastics now getting somewhat over. We should be seeing the stochastics now getting somewhat oversold because now the sellers are coming strong. I hope so. I hope there it is on M5 stochastics heavily oversold, beginning to turn to the upside. Once they press to the downside again, the stochastics will now turn back into the inside again, face down. But I think we'll be watching how it looks like. Yeah, there is the M15 because it's still facing down. They could be using that momentum of the M15s. So if the M15 stochastics start to turn to the upside, that's going to be a very beautiful opportunity for you to go. Those who are waiting for this go, they could be going around this price, 0.90 going to 0.90079, going to 0.91, 100 pips up for grabs. Thank you, Clement. I hope I have answered dollar Swissy. Please, gentlemen and ladies, do not ask me anymore about dollar Swiss franc. It's in the bag. It's done. Right. Silas, are there any other questions? I can see them. The comments are coming in thick and fast. Thank you so much, guys. I've seen that one is wanting us to look at the Dow Jones. I will be looking at the Dow Jones again. The gold is back in the garage. We did the gold in the morning and the gold is back again. So is there anything that I need to look at, administrator? Where is my admin? Cheers for those who are going to be making 100 pips from the dollar Swiss franc. Okay. Right. Let's go check. Which one do I do? I think let's go check. Can you go check gold? Let's vote. Do you want to go to gold now? I can see Kenny here. I can see Brakeni is there. I can see Brasanele is back again. He was with us during the London session. Thank you, Brasanele. Right. And then from there, we've got Mr. XCVA Zar. I don't know what that Roman figure means. Yeah, I'm not very good with Roman figures. Perhaps I'm a South African figure. Okay, that's how it is. So we're gonna be looking at the dollar. I see that the dollar. I see it was a wedge in a downtrend, so it must be going up. Well done, Sanele. Should be going up, and in this case, it is definitely making some serious threats now to our gold. Did gold break down that 1890 support? Did it? Because Sanele, we're looking at it and think you were bullish on that. I wouldn't mind that. I can go there again and check. Let me look at it. Right, gold, come here. They are looking for you. Holding, wow. Can you believe this resistance? This support. What a resilience. I was not. With that dollar Swiss franc breaking that Swiss franc, dollar Swiss franc breaking that wedge, I was not expecting that gold would be there. But there is a fight. I'm loving the market. You know, you guys don't know what you're missing. This is what I call textbook. I love when I see this. I love correlation, guys. You know, me and correlation, we are twins. I don't need to go to the books to read correlation. It's a waste of time and waste of breath. Let me break it down for you. Beautiful. What a fight. This is still bullish. Give it up for gold. Those who are keeping their gold longs, I'm keeping my long bias, but now it's really making me blush. Oh, gold, you are making me blush. What a comeback. What a stop. What a stop. I mean, look at this gold. Guys, this gold is suggesting something. You know, let me just calm down and break it down for you nicely. It's very important for you to note what this means. This gold is sending a message that despite the dollar strength against the Swiss franc, the gold buyers are not ready to let go of buying gold. That's what they say. They are not ready to allow the devaluation of gold. This is it's so serious that they have stopped this and they are now themselves trying to break out. Do you see that? I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I'll take the highest one. So it's very serious. Let me take, because I'm doing something illegal there. I'm not supposed to be manipulating trend line. You know, I'm supposed to just drop them as they are. This is a breakout. This could be a breakout. If this could be a breakout, I'll tell you what could happen there. I still have got UJ, by the way, on the card. So if you look at the line chart, the price has never touched 1880. I mean, according to the line chart. I mean, that's what the gold buyers are denying. They say, oh, sorry, sir, we never touched the 1890. Only when you go to the candlesticks, you see, no, you touch the 1880. This is how those who were buying 1890, they got trapped by liquidity. Now it's a liquidity trap. Hit you there. Sorry, I didn't like when the market hits the guys that I'm with in the market. I don't like that. You know, at least if I did not know you, then we do this. Gold then pushes us to go and do a flag. Still, we are positive. Still, gold looks positive, even if I can use the top there and I can use where it's returning right now. Gold still looks positive. So that's how it is. But like I said, I really don't like manipulating the market for the sake of manipulation. Let me leave this like this. That's a bullish flag now. It was in the morning, in the morning we called it an ascending. There it is. We're trading it like this because the price broke to the downside, touching the 1880, 10 pips down. Then from there, gold should be ready to launch. Where will it go? Do you think that gold will hold that resistance or that support, or will it break the resistance, or will the support break? But as it looks right now, this was a clear message. You know, let me just show you how many pips this is about. As I said, it's about 10. There it is. Just about 64 pips. That's a lot, you know. 64 pips rejection. Watch that. Watch that. I love New York session. You see, London session was pop. Look at this. Right. So guys, I can't even go into the much details about where gold is. We missed all your charts. Now I'm back now. So this is how it looks like. From where we were in the London session, we are still in the same place. Gold moves nicely with the dollar Swiss franc. It should, but now we are beginning to see. That's exactly, Clement. I want you to look at this very carefully. I would rather, it's a good point, by the way. You're absolutely correct. But in this case, the market is always more correct than us. So we need to be knowing when the market is correcting us, we'll take that. Remember, in this instance, I don't know. If that resistance breaks, we are having a big continuation of the, if the resistance breaks, then that breakout of the dollar Swiss franc, I've got to go look at it again. I'm like a referee, eh? Because if the price can break that resistance, we are expecting the momentum of gold to be moving to the upside. I don't think that there's going to be then too much momentum of the dollar Swiss franc going upside. So that's exactly what the market is figuring out. Okay, just allow the market to figure out itself. You know, these guys talk. They are all in the trading floor. They all must share their books. They all share their opinions to say, what do we want? Are we looking for a strong dollar, or are we looking for a continuation of the strong gold? They will have a discussion. And once that discussion is finished, you will see with the money coming into the market. They will decide that, guys, we have had a meeting as the fund managers, liquidity providers, as the big companies that are holding gold reserves and that are holding currency reserves. Then they will decide whether they want to sell their dollar at a much higher price, or they still want to take lower prices on the dollar. It is up to them to decide. We are watching. Ours is to watch and to look at it. Mexican peso. Hey, this man is crazy with Mexican peso. Walter. Hey, yeah. That's it. So are we done with gold? I'm still have got to do the Dow. We're still gonna do the Dow. It's a lovely. I'm loving this session already. You can see it's a beautiful session. It's a beautiful day out here in Johannesburg, and so it is in New York. New York, how are you doing? The traders here are very happy with you. You did not disappoint last week, and you're also not disappointing this week. According to us, if you can just be technical about it, ladies and gentlemen, if you need to be honest to this is a breakout, but there's a big fight again. You can see the weeks that have been coming from that point. The sellers are refusing. This is a market that will need Trump to decide. You know, usually Trump would come, let me decide, let me toss a coin. I say the dollar must be weak and the gold must be strong. I've made an executive order. That's how it is. Right. So yeah, some guys are still selling there, guys. I wouldn't blame them. So I would still say still not time to be buying if you're a new buyer. And if you are a new seller, I would still say that still not time to be selling gold. That's exactly. If you're new to them, I would say wait, and let's wait for the meeting between the gold buyers and sellers, and between the dollar buyers and sellers. It's quite at the top, eh? It's quite at the top. I mean, the argument, the meeting room is happening on the 10th floor, you know, and that's what they're discussing about. Clement, where are you? My friend Clement called this an auto cruise. We could be seeing an auto cruise, coach. We could be seeing an auto cruise if this meeting does not decide. Gold will continue. If this meeting is undecided, gold might as well just continue next week and go to the price. Let's give the price. 1960. That's what we gave this morning. Looks like that's going to be the price. There you go. 2032. Ooh. We're waiting for the meeting. I don't want to say too much. There are many sessions to come. We cannot finish everything at once. But am I getting you excited? If you agree that this is getting you excited, just share the link with other guys. Share the link. The link is now available on our YouTube. Share our YouTube link to some of the traders that you know who could benefit from this live session of the market. And you can also share it again on Facebook. We are also there at Let There Be Pips on our Facebook. And I don't know if Silas has succeeded this time to get us back on Opulence FX. We're trying to cater for the Opulence FX guys to come and see. But that's what it is. So that's gold. I hope that, guys, gold is coming for the second time during the day. And we've broken it down. Not too much difference there in terms of analysis. There's a bit of a fight there. You can see that it got choppy, you know, somehow before it can break that 1890. But ultimately, the meeting was held, and then the advisory was gotten, and the price broke there. The 1880 is the support, proper support on also the expansion levels of 261. but the 1890, what that psychological, the price was holding when they were still in a meeting, holding that 1890, broke it, still holding it, definitely defending the 1890, and now it's defending both the 1890 and the 1880. So while at the same time these guys are fighting over this resistance, who will win? Now I'm saying that if this one is broken, we are seeing $2,000 mark. Who will win? Let them decide. If you are not a market maker, you cannot join them. You are a trader, speculator, wait for the market makers. The market makers must finish their meeting. I would not want to be joining them at the moment. We traded when they had decided, when we bought that price at 1750. This is where we bought. We bought 1760. Right. So now we don't want to get into arguments with these guys. Right. I think this answers gold. I'm still gonna come. I still need to do there's still Tuto who asked for, there's gold. Moses, gold sorted, dusted. Tuto now wants us to do the Dow Jones, the US top 30. Wow, Tuto, it's amazing that you chose US 30 when the majority of the guys are choosing the NASDAQ. I know NASDAQ guys would not really come running here because apparently they've got their own strategy. We'll see how that goes. So that's how it is. We've done the gold, and now let's go to the Dow Jones. Dow Jones. I don't know if Salas, there's anything that you want to say before we go to the Dow Jones. Okay, let's go to the Dow Jones. Right. I don't also want to get too much into correlation, guys, though I will just be mentioning it in passing. When I look at the Dow Jones, I already see what other stock indices have done. This pattern, the Dow Jones is breaking it much later than other. I mean, the NASDAQ has already gone past this pattern. So simply put, we're expecting the Dow Jones to come back to the bottom. Now it's going to be using it as support, the bottom of this pattern, which is the harmonics pattern. Is a bet, jump on top of the bottom there to continue to the upside. I mean, so in this case, we're seeing the US tech as the leader, and then the Dow Jones is just the follower in this instance. So it's easy as that. That's 1, 2. We're just doing some form of a. Let me just do that. So it may not, because I think that's a retest already. Now it looks like the retest has happened. The Dow Jones might as well continue. Sorry, apologies for that. There it is. There's the breakout. There's the retest. There's the test, retest, as support. And now there's the Marubozu candle continuing from the retest. We're expecting the price to just keep on going from here, going up. If you don't mind, that's definitely going to go up. We're expecting the Dow Jones to be going further up, back to the previous high. Simply that. So not going to spend too much time there. The money is back. They've recovered. They should be excited. So what am I saying? I'm saying today, there's a high chance that today, by the end of today's trading session and the end of the month. Remember, today's New York session is also the end of the month, the last week, the last working day or market day of the month of May. So I think the New York would like to be finishing the month in a very good. I think they may want to be finishing the month from with the high that they've recorded the other time, just like last week. 2 weeks ago. So when the Dow Jones was at 35,000 points. So they're pushing to the 35,000 points, and I don't see anything stopping them. Ask me about how will they do that with correlation. I definitely think that dollar Swiss franc, if this has got to go up, that dollar Swiss franc push, they must decide. They must just hold it on slightly on a small push and then wait for that. Yeah. Tuto, bullish, very bullish, as you can see now. There it is, extremely bullish. So we are now bullish. Let me just try to use the line chart on this one. There it is. Perfect, bullish. bullish until 35,000, back to the 35,000. Can you do the 35,000 today? You see, that's exactly what I'm talking to the guys who are trading the NASDAQ. The market is more technical. So I believe that the same strategy that uses NASDAQ can be used in the Dow Jones. The one for Dow Jones can be used for the NASDAQ. So that's where it is. So let me look at the NASDAQ so that we can just bury this one once and for all. There you go. You should, I think that's what I'm saying, that the majority of the guys who are watching NASDAQ should be looking for a buy, because that's what I'm talking about. I'm doing correlation. There it is. The template, that's a popular. The NASDAQ is already done that which others have done. Right. I don't want this one. I want this one. I don't 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 want this one. Okay, I don't want this one. Where is the NASDAQ? There it is. Right. Who's the leader here? This guy is the leader. I'm not teaching, just showing you how we put correlation together. Where are the NASDAQ guys? This is H1, this is H1. Okay, we'll give it H4. I'm happy with H4. Okay. See, that's what I'm showing you. This is what we have this side. H4. There it is. Same thing. So you cannot tell us. It's very difficult for you to tell me that you've got that there's something different. Same thing. So same different thing. There it is. I said it broke out here, and there is the retest. So who's late? I'm not teaching. There it is. This is a bullish flag. So NASDAQ is continuing right from here. So it's not only NASDAQ. So sometimes when people buy NASDAQ, it goes up. They think that is the only thing going up. So this time the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ will both go up. It's about which pays more. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going for the fifth one. Simple. These are American stock indices. Just that another one is the top industrial, is the industrial top 30, and another one is just the top US, is the top 10 for the top 100. But trust me, I mean the same thing. Choose Ketames Ketela. All right. Choose a broker, choose a strategy, but it does not mean that one cannot work on others. So there it is. Whatever you choose, buddy. Another one is going back to the same. The New York Stock Exchange would like to finish the session at the same high it had for the month of May, which is the record high for its existence. There it is. So if they salvage this, that's going to be a very nice recovery for all, not some. I mean, others may reach the target today, others may not reach the target, but I think it's going to be very, very good sentiment in the whole American economy at the New York Stock Exchange, that the stock indices of America, for all the indices, S&P 500, Dow Jones, and the NASDAQ, they both reached their limit. They all reached the level. So I think what happened is that the lagging side of the Dow Jones happened when it started this bad. I think it lagged a little bit, and it also did a retest at the bottom, at the top of that bed, when the NASDAQ just broke out. So momentum-wise, NASDAQ perhaps mostly traded, and there's a lot of money there. There is definitely much more momentum on the US tech than there is on the Dow Jones. That's all we can say, but direction is the same. So if the PIB value of the NASDAQ is much better than that of the US 30, you are good with that, but both of them are going up. I don't see one going down, another one going up. That's how it is. Tuto, I hope this answers your question. This is more than perfect. Are we ready? Can this break? I think we definitely are up for an opening, or if they have not yet opened, if they're opening right now, we are opening, and the money is going to be going into the tech stocks, not only the tech stocks, also the top 30, the top 30 industrial, the top in the industrial 30 of the US should also be getting some capital inflow there, new money coming into those stocks, taking them back to the 35,000, taking the index to the 30, back to the 35,000 levels, exactly 35,043. If you hear that clock hit and say back at the start and they marginally beat that 3503, you must know that the coach has told us, I don't know if they can sustain it today. I think that's how the month may stop or may end. Talking about month end, guys, this is now how I'm going to be reviewing the market. Okay, so in this case, the market preview of next week on Tuesday will include some stock indices from the Europe and some from the US. So let's look at that next week. So it's next week Tuesday. It's a date. Let's announce that again. So next week Tuesday, we are going to be live exclusively for those who are the traders who have joined us with Veracity Markets and with XZ Markets. Those who, and with FX Primers. I forgot to announce in the morning that if you also have got an FX Primers account, those three partners, those are our partner brokers, FX Primers, XZ, and Veracity. Those are the ones that we work with. So for exclusively for those that have got live accounts and they are funded and they are belonging to those accounts, please let us know. Send your email address or your MT4, not login details, to Silas. Then he will send you the details, the private link to where and how we're going to be meeting Tuesday next week. Tuesday is going to be the first. Right on the 1st of June, I will be looking at how will the first half of the year end, because we will be forecasting the last month of the first half of the year, June. If that is going to be very important, we trade cycles. So basically, we're going to be finalizing the quarter. We're going to be looking at the last month of the quarter, which is the Q2. So how will Q2 looks like? It becomes very important. So we were expecting that the dollar should be strengthening, and it just continued to plummet. And then we'll see if how Q3 will look like at the end of June. Join us. It's going to be on Tuesday on the 1st. For more information, drop us an email, drop us some telegrams. Silas is already there on Telegram, and I think he's already shared his details there. He can also share his email address back again on the comment section, and let's meet there. What have I not looked at? We are left with about 20 minutes. What have I not looked at? What am I missing? Gold moves nicely with dollar Swiss franc. I think I've done that. Walter still wants the Mexican peso. I don't know, what does Walter want from the Mexican peso, man? What do you want from Mexican peso and the dollar, Walter? Okay, it's not for me to say that. Right, but I did not prepare that. Because you've asked for it, let's do that. Mexican peso. Okay. I did break this down. I wouldn't encourage you to really be trading those Mexican peso a lot if there's no volatility. I mean, look for volatility, Walter. Don't just trade a currency because firstly, it gave you too much money. Try to look for volatility. I don't like Mexican peso, and I don't just like them because, like I said, there's just not mobility there. You know, if there's no mobility there, I wouldn't want anything to do with it. I'm waiting. Turkish lira and the Mexican peso, they must give me the momentum that I'm looking for. The market, if it gets choppy, I'm not interested, Walter. And I think, like I said, you are loving this. I'm not condemning you, but there's just nothing. There's nothing that you're looking for here. I still say that I do not like this structure, and this structure is not in order. But in the meantime, we can just do it for the sake of doing it. There's just no money there. There it is. It's worse. Now it becomes worse even if now when it does this. So watch. The market is going to be locked there. So there's just nothing, absolutely nothing there. Absolutely nothing. So you need to wait for another month, you know, for next week for this market to be decided. That's how it is. So I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't, even after this, I wouldn't be interested at all in America and the Mexican peso, because then it's going to be sleeping right there. Because even if it can break, as I said, that's watch. That's what's going to happen. Slowing down there. So that's the resistance and the support. We are talking even a contracting triangle. I mean, if anything, like I said, you know, a bit of advantage. A bit of advantage, you know, but it's still not an advantage. The price can go to the upside, the price can go to the downside, but there's going to be a lot of ranging. Okay, so thanks, Walter. For me, this is a boring pair. I'm trying to get you out of it, by the way. I'm trying to get you out of Mexican peso. There's just nothing there to be eaten. Thank you for agreeing that it's okay. You get it. Thanks very much. Look for other pairs. Let's look for other pairs. What do you like us to look at? It's your choice. It's a luncheon. If there's nothing much, so it means that we're finishing the London session slightly earlier. Let me just check the news. There were news that came through. I will go back to the dollar Swiss. The news have been delivered, ladies and gentlemen. The news have been delivered. Let me check what was the news. The news have been delivered, and the news are as expected. The PMI is slightly high. Let me just show you. Let me show you what I'm looking at. So the news have been delivered, the news of the dollar, there it is, that's how it is. The last part of the news for the week were the dollar news. So even after this news, the session will continue with no more further economic data released. So the goods balance there, they were expecting a goods balance adjusted there. It was not 891 billion as we done, it was revised, there it is. It was revised from previous value of 91, now by minus 0.3 billion. So the trade balance has now been reduced, which is good for the America. And then there is the next, the actual was in fact even less. So this is good news, you know. So the good news is there that they've got not 91, they've got a good trade balance of about 85.2 billion. So their orders are going through. And then from there, the purchasing managing index is also better than expected, 75.2. It was released at quarter to 4, and then 4 o'clock right now. And then we also see that the actual is exactly as expected, you know, no change. The market was spot on. They expected an 82.9, you know, consumer sentiment index, slide to the upside. It was already factored in, and they traded that. So because the consumer sentiment index improvement was already not big improvement, slight improvement was already priced into the market. Let's go see how the dollar Swiss franc again is doing. There it is. Oh, as the coach has said, watch the fall. Papa. Now that's the touch. There's the touch. Perhaps because there's no any more news, it could be, remember, this again worries me because that's kind of a phase wide structure. I mean, this is, I'm just seeing it right now. That 261.8 touch would also be, Clement, I hope you're there now. Again, let's look at this. I'm very worried about gold. Gold could be sending some signals right there. So if that's the case, if I'm seeing some indecision on the gold side, I'm just adjusting this. I'm just cautioning you based on what I'm seeing gold is doing, because gold is still holding that bullish thing. You know, that's exactly why I don't trade just based on the single analysis. So in this case, we could be seeing this bearish drive being in effect. You see, there's the bearish drive. 3 drive. Let me do it proper. Right. So in this case, we could be seeing this. What will happen? There it is. Right. So the price is already back inside here, and that's what we need to be monitoring very, very closely. Okay, there's your resistance, and that's your support. Yeah, that's how it is. So there it is. So the price could be coming back there, and now because it's more like that 3 drive that is bearish, we could be waiting for the price to go backside and back again inside the channel, and that would not be very good news for the dollar. I must say that again. Gold, as I just said, you know, we need to be waiting. If the gold is holding that bullish flag, then be very, very, very worried. But okay, of course, we trade in retest and test. So those who are targeting this 100 pips, still up for grabs for $36. But as I say, for me, the same thing could happen. The dollar might just fall right now. How would I do that? I would look at that together with the euro dollar rather. The euro dollar is looking somewhat. Euro dollar, how are you looking like? Euro dollar also dropped. Euro dollar gave it away. I think this could be some form of continuation. I think euro dollar should have not left. Euro dollar should have not lost that support, lost it. And if it does, it means a continuation of the euro dollar to the bottom. Similarly, just like how it looks in inverse correlation of the inverse correlation. But why is the gold holding that pattern? Yet to be seen. So please monitor that gold, guys. If it does not continue like this during the London session while we're still live, let's check what's going to happen. Is it going to be the gold dropping, or is it going to be the dollar Swiss franc? Is it going to be, who's going to be dropping? Because that euro dollar and that dollar Swiss franc, as Clement has said, they are related. Will this resistance hold? Could it push the price to the downside? But even if it does, will it hold, and up to where can it, up to how long can it hold? Because even if it does hold, this still look bullish. I'm still saying that even if it does, the gold still look bullish, even if it's not a ascending triangle, still a flag, it's still flagging upward. Could this work? I'm still gonna keep it like that. I'm gonna be going with the pattern that I see. That looks bullish. And this looks bearish as it is. Something must fail there. Either gold must fail to keep peace, to keep us in peace. By the way, it must fail. But let me see something on the euro dollar. I think we're not done there. Okay, I think it pretty much look like the correct, just the inverse of. It looks like the inverse of dollar Swiss franc. So what could happen is that the euro dollar could drop on its own while gold is holding on to that pattern. If it can so happen that gold holds to its value, and these guys, the euro dollar and the drops by 100 pips, which 100 pips is going to be gained by the dollar Swiss franc, and the gold holds on to this, and the gold keep fighting, and gold keep fighting to keep the price, or gold perhaps falls again, but keeping the support. You see, I think that could be where the correlation could happen. So this could still be seen. The price of gold might just drop during the time when others are losing that 100, when the euro is losing that 100 pips, and the euro dollar is losing that 100 pips, or is gaining the 100 pips. Gold could also be shedding 100 pips, and if gold shed the 100 pips, it's not losing its bullish formation. All right, please note that they won't lose their bullish formation. So gold will not still lose a bullishness, even if they can go back to the 1890, and I think that's where they could break. So gold could drop to allow the dollar Swiss franc to go to the upside, and both euro dollar and both gold, they now choose to drop 100 points but keep the bullishness, because the euro dollar is still pretty much bullish. Remember that we're not talking about a euro dollar that is bearish. So it could just get rid of this. It could just continue, make wave number 5 of this impulse to the downside, and then find the turning point. There is even earlier. The turning point is even not even that far. I mean, gold can rather. Let me show you. Don't worry. There's the target. So drop there. It's not even 2 million. I think. Be careful now, guys. This could be the last move. Gold. While euro dollar falls by 70 pips, it's possible that gold can shoot. The gold can still break out. With 70 pips, it's nothing. So gold can hold that resistance while the euro dollar drops 70 points. And once the euro dollar can find these fading levels and this support, and then it moves up with momentum, which is highly likely. At fading levels, guys, we move with big momentum. And the momentum pushes us up. So there's no way that it's going to be dropping there. So from this fading level, definitely the euro dollar is going to be pushing to the upside. It's going to be moving. It's going to be moving. All right. So that's exactly, if it does move, when it does move like that, it's going to be causing lots and lots of buyers on the other side. Where is our support there? Can I just check the support? Can I just deflate the little video? Right. I think that's what I'm seeing right there. So that's going to be another one. Right. Don't wait. Don't rush. There is this euro dollar is having a channel, and this channel it's bullish rising, just like what you showed, just like what GU did. So we could be seeing something like a channel. These channels are very dangerous. You see. Oh yes, I see what you guys are talking. I hope this is not the case. Euro dollar must save this. Yeah, euro dollar must do something. Do something, euro dollar. We've just figured you out. It's a breakout, ladies and gentlemen. Can't even be lying. It's a breakout. It's a breakout. The euro dollar, gold must really, really hold tight. It's a breakout. So breakout of the channel, dollar Swiss franc, breakout of the channel, euro dollar. Unless if a miracle happens to save it from here. But that's what it is. You don't cook them. You don't do them according to your wish. Should have bounced. If it was bounced, if it can save this part, thanks to if gold, so it's gold that can save euro dollar. But I don't think euro dollar can save gold, because gold is the one that is holding the bullish pattern. If it does hold, then we're going to be seeing the euro dollar go into the 1.23 from 1.21. But can it survive the onslaught? So it's not looking good for the euro dollar at the moment. So the euro dollar is effectively putting the gold into problems. It's all wait and see, guys. That's how we trade. It's all wait and see. But if you're trading your pattern and your pattern gives you some form of confirmation, go with it. Go with it. Just go with it. Oh man, apologies. The screen is not shared again. Hey, me and TV. Apologies. Let me just go back to the. It's my problem. I was sharing the screen of a. I was sharing the screen. Let me just show it to you now. I went through I think you heard me that I was going through the dollar Swiss franc. I think this is done. But be careful that if this bearish 3 drive is implemented, then the euro dollar could be dropping. But it looks like it's holding. When I look at that, yeah. So this 3 drive still holding. So we'll see where the market goes. So, but it's still valid. That's the retest there, and gold is also retesting, rather not gold, and the euro dollar is also retesting, and you can see that looks like it's a breakout right there. Let me just delete this. That looks like it's a breakout. You can see that the price is not just breaking out from this support, it's also breaking out from the channel support. So it's a very crucial breakout, big breakthrough for the dollar there, and they did it with absolute style. This candle is extremely bearish. The only way that euro dollar can go back there is that they must produce a bullish engulf of a bearish engulf. It's gonna be hectic. So this time the challenge is gonna be more on the buyer side. They must be pushing this price in the next 4 hours. That candle must finish above. It must finish inside the channel, and the only way to finish inside the channel is to it will be to push the price and engulf the 4-hourly candle that broke the channel. If they don't, we're expecting a continuation to the downside, and that continuation to the downside of the euro could make the price of could affect this guy. So these guys could also be dropping, as I said. But for me, the drop of gold still keeps, as long as gold drops up to 1880, they will still be happy because they still keep the bullish look. Let me say it again. For as long as gold drops, even if it can drop from 1890 and can drop 200 pips, but they will be dropping. Euro dollar will be losing the trend, and gold will not be losing the trend. 200 pips to give away but without losing the trend, because they will still be holding the support. The difference is that both of them are at resistances, but gold is at the resistance of a bullish flag, and then the euro dollar, it is at the resistance of a broken channel, to the upside. And the dollar Swiss franc is also, this is the problem. It's a resistance, but it's of a broken channel. And the dollar Swiss franc, it's at the support and the support of a broken channel. So advantage the dollar, but it is not a complete disadvantage for gold. So those who trade the dollar, we might be seeing it has happened many times. I think those who have traded with me, there could be some time when we could see a divergence of correlation where both gold and the dollar could be going up at the same time. It doesn't usually last, but we keep monitoring that. But it can sometimes, that consensus in the market can be found that equally as people buy the dollar for a specific season, they could also be buying the gold. So meaning that it does not mean that they both lose. So in this case, it's possible that you could see the euro losing, all right, for some season, the euro losing. And this is, let me show you. The price go up to there, as I told you. Let me show you. During the time when the price moved from this level, which is a reversal level, going back now to a big retest, going now to a big retest of the channel, and then gold will be going up to break that bullish channel. And if the gold can break this bullish channel, I can tell you gold can go up as euro dollar moves like this. I'm just showing you on how this moves. You see, who has seen something like this? GPUSD is doing something like this. So meaning that though they still are below this, these channels are dangerous. You don't just believe them. All right. This is the channel that can get the gold to go to the upside. So it's on the downside, but going up. It's another channel that is secured right there. And hope that euro dollar does not do that. But if gold breaks that, unfortunately, it will tune the euro dollar to do this. Gold, GBP USD has already done that. If it can give it this second channel can get up. Remember, the euro dollar has missed the opportunity to go there, and this channel can give it that opportunity, but while moving to the downside. That's how it is. While moving to the downside, they can still move right under this channel using another support until it touches the 1.22 while gold is going up. So euro dollar can still go up in that channel, euro dollar can still go down while after breaking that bullish channel. Where will the Swiss franc at that moment? As I told you, the Swiss franc may just as well stay within this range where this is going to be its ultimate demise. And from there, it could be done. It may not go to it may not even touch the 161 point anymore, depending on what will happen. But I wish for it to go and touch that level. And then from there, that's the pullback level that I'm expecting the Swiss franc before it can drop. So bottom line, there is going to be a moment when gold is going to have to be the star again from my analysis. So this is what are we seeing? So we could be seeing a pullback that the London session, rather the New York session of today, has opened up an opportunity for a pullback of the dollar bias that can continue for next week, perhaps for 2 weeks. But from there, we don't see the dollar strengthening for the rest of the month. I will give the preview. If there are no more further questions, I will give you the preview next week on Tuesday. If there are no more further questions, I will call it a quit. It's now exactly 4:30. I hope you guys enjoyed the session again with us. Until we meet again next week. We might not have a London session on Tuesday next week because I will be having my exclusive traders to trade the live market with. Definitely, we're going to be having together a London session on Friday next week, rather a New York session next week on Friday, if not Tuesday again. So we might be having another session on Tuesday around 3 o'clock again to 4:30 or 4 o'clock. And then from there, it's going to be on Friday, same time, between 3 and 4. If we started late, we'll finish the same time, 4:30. Next week, Friday, is going to be the NFP, hopefully. I've not checked the economic calendar, but we should be having the normal non-farm payroll at 4:30 South African time. So we could be joining the New York session slightly earlier, around 2 o'clock South African time, so that we can have time to prepare for our live trading. So we're going to be trading live on Friday. Alu, you just coming slightly late when you're just finishing. Please check again our video. We have broken down the GBP JPY in detail in the London session. It is already a London session, so I prefer that during London session we deal with US pairs and with US indices. If you want to deal with pound pairs, please join our London session, London trading session, so that when we break down the pound, we can break it down within each session. Then we can check how it does. So until then, rather look at USD JPY for the purpose of correlation and the euro yen. So that's where we are right now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for the live New York trading session. Beautiful market we have seen, and I hope that it continues the same way next week. Until then, let there be pips and cheers. Thank you.